Be sure and tell them Large Marge sent ya.
In the 90s, we were just teeny tykes. We liked our movies and our bikes. We wanted to be DJs, but we were just teeny gals. So we went off to college and we remained best pals. 20 years later, we're still watching flicks and we're bringing you the feeling bit by bit. Sweetie and Sweetie are here to say it's the Large Marge Santa's podcast. Hey,
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
No. That's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Hey guys, welcome to the Large Marge Sennis podcast, your favorite podcast where two sweetie sisters talk about movies that shape their childhood. I'm Sweetie.
And I'm Sweetie.
And today we did, I think our first movie that is a 3 trilogy. That's what that's called, and it's 3 movies in a row.
A 3 trilogy?
That is part of a trilogy,
Oh.
so the second in the trilogy. So we've done trilogies. So let's say Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, Star Wars, the first ones. We're continuing on into the second movie.
That's correct. And on Thursday was May 4th, also known as May the 4th, or May the 4th be with you. Which
And
sounds like
also
you're
with
saying May the 4th be with you with a lisp. It's pretty cool. But anywho, everyone gets all excited on Star Wars Day, and they say their favorite quotes, share things,
We
blah,
know
blah, blah, blah.
TBS got excited because
TBS
they
played all the
they
shit,
played
all the movies.
which made it very easy to do this
Yeah.
next film, which was
we watched The Empire
Strikes Back.
Episode
Dun,
5.
dun, 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 dun,
It's a good one. So this commonly referred to as the best of the Star Wars in the Star Wars universe.
True dat.
According to movie experts, hardcore fans, etc., etc. I think, as we previously stated, we were kids when we watched these, so we loved Return of the Jedi
Right.
the best because
So
of
for
the
us,
Ewoks. I'm
as
sorry,
children,
I'm not
no.
going to apologize anymore. I'm not.
No child is going to say, Empire Strikes Back is my
No.
favorite.
This one was fucking boring when I was
Yeah,
little.
exactly.
Did not like it. Loved Return of the Jedi because the Ewoks are so fucking cute.
No. And I mean, it is a really good film in
Yes.
terms of like film stuff.
Now we
I'm
appreciate
using technical
it.
terms here. Film stuff.
This is very technical. It's like a really good movie.
But it is, I mean, it's a great movie.
We understand. We appreciate it now.
And one that I would say is one I probably have seen the least out of the trilogy. So I feel like at this point in my life, I've really seen the first one the most, just because it's like always on. And I don't know. I just feel like I see that one all the time.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi I saw most as a little kid, but probably see that less now. But this one, despite being the one I saw the least, was probably scared of the most.
Scared of the
I feel
most.
like there's the most scary scenes in this one for me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I agree with that when I start listing them out.
Yeah.
I feel like I catch this on TV. I always catch like when they're in the crater, quote unquote, crater part. I always catch that on TV for some reason.
Yeah.
Probably because of where it is, like in the movie. That's why
This one always
it's
feels so
on.
short. Not the Yoda scenes, which
Really
do
did
seem to
not
take
feel
forever.
short when you made us watch this at 10 p.m. the other night when I was
Well,
like,
I
I'm
just feel like
tired.
it's like Hoth, like Hoth environment. One scene. Like, I kind of miss all the part where they're like on the Millennium Falcon, like in the asteroid belt. Like, I almost like forget about that, so they don't even count.
I know,
and it's
then
just
you're
like
oh,
Cloud
I still
City.
gotta go to Cloud
So
City.
it feels like 2 scenes to me
Yeah.
almost. So it feels really short. Like I said, other than
And then Dagobah.
fucking Dagobah swamp like boot camp.
Yeah.
Jedi boot camp is
Does
takes
feel long.
forever. Though, I mean, I'll talk about this after, but I found appreciation for it.
Cool.
In my almost 34th year.
Woo!
May the 34th be with you.
Hey. Yeah, this is a little out of style for us. We usually watch the movie and then we podcast immediately after.
Yeah.
But we were very tired on whatever day we watched this.
We started
Friday.
it at like 9:30. Bad call.
I thought we were going to watch a funny movie.
We had a wild dinner
And
with our
Sweetie turns
grandma
on
and then
Empire
tried to come
Strikes
home
Back.
and watch a movie.
Yeah, Grammy does not listen to the podcast. Whoops. Oh, well.
Graham.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the love and support.
But yeah, so we watched this and then we were like, I'm tired. Let's go to bed. And then we didn't get together again to record until today, Monday. So this is like 3 days in between.
Hope it's still fresh.
Oh boy, oh boy.
So this is going to be a good one.
Let's try it
I'm
out.
excited. I mean, we also have seen this movie like 50 times, so hopefully it won't be too bad.
Chow. All right, so this time, last Star Wars episode, we did Sweetie's speed synopses, which we never came to a true ruling of who won. I like to think I did.
Yeah, I really don't think it was me.
Okay, cool. Glad we agree. This time, we're going to do a little something Sweetie cooked up. Would you like to talk about it?
Okay. I don't even know what this is called. What is this called? You know those like rhyme games? You know those games when you're like, I went on a picnic and I brought apples. And then the next person's like, I went on a picnic
Let's
and
do
I
that,
brought...
but just with Star Wars terms.
No, we're doing this other thing. Okay,
All
we'll do
right.
that for the third one.
Alderaan.
So this is going to be like, I'm going to
Bantha.
say, so we're still going to do the plot. We're still going to do the synopsis. But stop it. We'll do that next. We're still going to do the plot, but we will do that. I will say one sentence describing like what happens.
Or one part.
One part. And then Sweetie will take like it, like almost like this is a relay, like a Star Wars relay.
Oh,
and
there
I'm
you go.
passing the baton and we just go pass and pass and pass.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So hopefully it won't take too long.
All right.
Ready?
You going to start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do it.
The rebels are on the icy cold planet of Hoth.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
Period.
Luke, Leia, and Han are together once again and have to scout out places where they believe enemy drone droid things have come down to scout out the enemy base. So they need to go out and destroy them.
Luke thinks he sees one, goes to find it, but something attacks him.
It's a wampa. It's a big, scary, snow white yeti. It like kills Luke's tauntaun, drags him off into his cave. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, where'd Luke go?" Nobody knows.
I'm
I think we gotta speed it up. Speed it up.
Han Solo goes to look for Luke.
Your sentences are short.
They're so supposed to be short.
No, you
do
said I said run on.
I
It was
know,
run
but
on
yours are
okay.
way
It's
too
gonna
long.
take too for
Just keep if
forever.
you keep going fast, it won't take that long.
Okay, what was yours?
Han goes to look for Luke.
He finds Luke passed out in the snow, delusional.
He opens up his tauntaun.
Wait, back up. We messed up. Luke escapes the wampa using the Force.
Okay. Hans find him, opens his wampa, opens his tauntaun, and puts Luke inside.
The next morning, the rebels go out looking for them using planes, and they find them. Hooray!
Find what?
Luke and Han.
Oh, okay. They're the rebellion. The
Republic.
Is it the Republic? What is the enemy?
so.
Darth Vader's forces have found the rebel camp on Hoth, and they send down all these like big, nasty elephant-like things to attack them. There's a fight.
Luke realizes the way to beat them is to wrap a cable around their legs and crash, they crash. It doesn't, no good though, because
Why isn't it good? Next question.
because the enemy forces invade the base, so everyone has to evacuate.
Right.
They got the shield down, they got to evacuate.
Everyone evacuates, comma. Han, Leia, C-3PO, Chewbacca all go in the Millennium Falcon and whisk away into space.
Luke, during his hallucination in the snow, dreams Obi-Wan Kenobi is like, Luke, go to the Dagobah System, learn from my Jedi Master, blah, blah, blah. So he's going to the Dagobah System.
Luke goes to the Dagobah System and finds Yoda, who explains to him that he needs to do some training to find the Force and become a Jedi.
Meanwhile, Leia, Han, Chewie, and C-3PO get stuck in an asteroid belt chased by the Republic, and they hide in an asteroid, but it's actually a big scary whale monster, and they just narrowly escape.
They escape and are in the clutches of the rebellion, but figure out a way to hide from them by flying onto an Imperial cruiser out of the radar.
Then they figure out they need to find a place to lay low at. They discover that Han's old friend Lando is in charge of Cloud City, so they go there.
Leia doesn't trust Lando. She smells something fishy.
She's smart, too, because that ends up being the case. And he makes a deal. Lando has actually made a deal with Darth Vader, who arrived before they did, to give Han in exchange for them continuing to allow to do their like illegal trading or space trading or whatever the fuck they do in Cloud City.
Mining? It was like mining something.
Seemed illegal. Seemed like drugs. Seemed like space drugs.
Meanwhile, on the Dagobah system, Luke has a vision that Han and Leia will die, and he has to go save them in Cloud City.
So he leaves. Yoda's like, "No, we need to keep trading." He's like, "Fuck you!" And he goes to try to rescue them.
But it's a trap. Darth Vader is there and has captured Leia and Han in order to trap Luke into coming to Cloud City.
But they encapsulate Han in carbon freeze Han to like test it before they do it to Luke. And then Boba Fett's going to bring that to Jabba the Hutt, who had a price on his head.
Luke arrives and finds them just in time to see Han Solo being taken away, already frozen in carbonite. And Leia goes, "Luke, get out of here! It's a trap!"
But he doesn't listen. And he keeps on going, and he meets Darth Vader, and they have one hell of a lightsaber fight.
Darth Vader reveals, "Luke, I am your father."
No, that's not true. That's impossible. That's my line.
Obi-Wan told me you killed him.
So Luke like jumps off the thing. He's near death. Darth Vader cuts his hand off, so he's like one-armed, one-handed.
One-hand Luke.
One-hand Luke.
Cool-handed, one-handed Luke. He's a cool-hand Luke something.
Yeah, it's a movie. And then Leia, Lando, Chewie are making their escape, and then Luke tries to contact Leia using the Force, and she hears him.
And she goes, "We have to go back." So they find him hanging from an antenna with one arm and like 1 foot.
Woo.
Drives underneath him with a Millennium Falcon. He drops in and he's okay.
He's okay. And then they stay recuperating, and then Lando's like, "We'll meet up when phase 2 of the plan is in motion." And we're like, "What plan?" And then it's like, do. That's the end.
Right. So Lando flies away with Chewbacca. Oh, no. Not with Chewbacca. Yeah, with Chewbacca. And Luke and Leia are on the ship just watching. Luke has a new hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Woo,
so he's
technology is
both hands
real
now.
good
Yeah,
back
awesome.
long
and then
time
it's
ago.
TBC, to be continued.
TBC, yeah. Okay.
I almost said TBD.
Yeah, me too. It's like, to be determined.
But anyway, that was it.
That was hard.
Tough.
Yeah. Little dragon there.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're still with us. Thank you.
Yeah.
But that's the flick. I'm sure you all knew it anyways.
Really
but
a
it's just fun.
simple plot.
Yeah. Your typical second movie. Everyone's friends now. It's fun to see the relationship blossoming. Leia and Han have kind of developed this weird pseudo, like, pretending not to like each other, but like each other. Like, well, he's not pretending so much. She's really fighting back the urge, I guess. So the large part of this movie is getting them together.
Yeah. She got pride.
Yeah, she does. But she's great.
I love
she's still
the sexual tension in this
one. It's hot. Yeah.
Because you like see a little bit of it, obviously, in the first one. And Carrie Fisher doesn't really have a ton to do in the first one. You know, I mean, there's little scenes and then the end, but like this is when it gets really good, like Princess Leia like time, and she's fucking feisty and awesome.
Yeah.
And there's some great sexual tension scenes between her and Han, and then they kind of finally get going, and there's that amazing scene where it's like, I love you, like, I know. So good.
But is that like, do you feel that, is it like he can't say I love you back? He has to be
he's
like,
just being
I
a jerk.
know.
Yeah. He's just being a jerk, and that's how he is. But
I
remember
know.
that line gets done in the next one when it's reversed.
Yeah. I know. It's sweet. It all comes together. So clearly we have some least favorite parts and some favorite parts.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, obviously, least favorite is the Dagobah System.
Okay.
But you seem to have found a new appreciation for that scene.
I kind of liked it. I mean, there's some... I will say in general for this one that the script is great. So the writing is so much better. The lines are better. This one is like kind of hilarious. There's some like really funny parts. I don't know. And I like read, so this director, Irvin Kershner, it was a new director. And for this one, George Lucas was basically like out of so much of it. He really like let the director kind of go and do his own thing. And the director really worked on the script and really worked with the actors in terms of like what they were doing in terms of acting, which if you've ever read anything about George Lucas, he's very hands off. He provides almost no direction to his actors, which is why a lot of people say the prequels were like heinous, because it's not that those people couldn't act. You have great actors in the prequels. They were given almost no direction. So they were just kind of like lost and floating. So anyway, when you really like listen to the lines and stuff of those Yoda scenes, there is like such great like wisdom and like obviously the way Yoda speaks. I don't know. I feel like there's just like a lot of brilliance to that, and a lot of brilliance for Mark Hamill to be acting like with a puppet, you know, and having that sort of exchange and how old Yoda is supposed to be and how like he's a small little thing, but he is like a Jedi master. Just meaning that obviously the Jedi were obviously more about like mental powers. It wasn't necessarily about how big and strong you were. It was about other stuff. Anyway, I'm getting real deep with it.
Yeah, you are.
But I really like had a newfound appreciation for those scenes, and I thought they were kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, when I was little, I was really just like,
No, for little kids,
swamp.
yes, definitely.
It's too swampy for me.
But yeah, I think it's
but
cool.
yeah, it's in that scene. Well, I'll talk about it, but the scene where he goes in like the mystery cave thing to like test himself, that always kind of scared. Well, it scared me a little bit when I was little. And yeah, but yeah, I see what you mean. My favorite part is, what is it? I want to say, I kind of like the Hoth stuff. I find it very exciting.
So cool. That world is awesome. All the little touches of that world are cool.
It's just an icy planet.
Well, it reminded me of Boston winters, first of all.
Not that
Zing!
dire. Oh my god! But yeah,
Throwing some shade to the
how
Boston
cold it
winters.
was. And here's a sweetie confusion. I always thought that I didn't understand that Han was only putting Luke inside the Tauntaun until he got the shelter up. I didn't know there was a shelter. I thought they took turns like in the stomach, or
I thought they
got
both
in there
went
at the
in
same
stomach.
time.
And I was like, this is why
And
they're
it was
best
like
friends.
a little homosexual, and you're like,
No.
cool.
Hello?
But
You
Han
would
was
get
just
real
doing that
close.
until he got the shelter built. So now I get it. I don't know why I never like understood that line in its entirety. And then this movie,
I was more upset that they didn't give Chewbacca any sort of coat or earmuffs or gloves when he went out to look for things.
He has
I know you
fur.
said he has fur, but like it's fucking
He
cold.
has more fur than the Tauntauns have. It
Yeah.
seems like, and they don't have coats.
No, I know, but it's still like cold. And he's tall.
He's good. He's big. He's like, he's big. He's
Yeah, it's hard for the
fluffy.
blood to get from top to bottom. I'm
He's
just
fine.
saying.
If we know
Give the guy a
anything,
scarf.
it's that
That's all I
Chewbacca
want.
will persist and he will remain.
I just want him
in
to
this
have a hat.
universe. I mean, what would it look? What kind of hat would it be? Like a ski hat, like a big puffy hood, like Han had.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm
Who
just
knows?
saying.
All
It
right.
seemed weird.
We'll ask him. You can knit him a hat and see if he'll wear it. We have to be really big though. So, and then this movie also introduces a new character to us, Lando Calrissian. Who is an old friend of Han's, or Han.
But you're going to say, is an old friend of mine, because we technically have met him.
And mine. Okay. I like...
Loose term.
Sweetie
met.
says the word met, what she means is he was in a parade at Disney World and was waving to the
away,
crowd.
but that counts for me.
It looks like our dad was convinced he looked right at us and waved.
Okay, we'll tell that story after. I want to have a different part of the segment.
Pretty much told it. Okay, anyways, but Lando and Han, so they have a movie coming out, the next in the like Star Wars kind of spin-off universe, which I'm very excited about, where Donald Glover is going to be Lando. And actually kind of rewatching this kind of made me be like, yeah, he can totally pull that off.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited
So that will be very exciting. But I love Lando, and my favorite part about him is his weird cloak thing that is like not fastened. It just rests on his shoulders, and at one point it comes off when like Chewie attacks him or something.
I thought you were going to
and he,
say
like, straightens
the
it.
Patrick Stewart look-alike butler
No.
with the weird
I know.
headphones.
That always confused me. Also, I totally thought that was
Right?
the Star Trek guy when I was little. That's what I called him. I didn't know his name, obviously. But yeah, he looks.
And
totally
how he
Patrick
like
Stewart.
communicates with that butler with his like special
don't
watch.
know if he's a
that,
butler.
Like, I'm just calling him that to be funny, but like with a special watch, he's like dee dee dee, and then it like goes to the weird little headphones that are like attached to Patrick Stewart's
And
head.
he was like hibernating up until that point.
Yeah.
He must be. Is he like
that
a
part
droid
is
or
weird
something?
because remember when he tells them like bloop bloop bloop, we're gonna take a guns away from the stormtroopers and like reverse
yeah.
it once Darth
Yeah.
Vader's like
And he, like,
out
gets
of
the
here,
plan.
and then he just gets the plans by 3 buttons pushed on the thing. That's wild.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about that. Maybe he'll be in the prequel too.
Maybe it still looks like an Apple Watch, but like
It did look like an Apple Watch. Whoa, time. It's like, yeah, calling the future there.
yeah.
Pretty
Steve Jobs is
cool.
like, wait a minute.
I do love Cloud City, and I think that we had a McDonald's toy of the Cloud City thing.
Well, it looks so
and
cool.
it rested on this little
That's
piece.
still such like a cool graphic or like whatever that or like however they did that
Yeah.
scenery. It's just
special
beautiful.
effects. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very lovely. So I liked that part too, but sad that Lando betrays them kind of, but he makes up for it.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, and that's
But like,
all that
what was he
matters.
gonna do? He should have like warned them, I guess.
Yeah,
Like, what are
he
the
should have like
options
thought
there?
it through a little better. Like maybe made his plan with his little like butler guy, like that.
Which he did, so it worked
before,
out fine.
but beforehand, like
Right.
maybe I don't know, figured out a way, used sign language. I don't know, something, man, something.
But I mean, before he was like really, I don't know. I think he was still kind of like doing it for himself because he was like out of the whole rebellion thing. He wasn't in the rebellion, and I think he was. And as he said, he was very untouched at that Cloud City.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically like operating in their own jurisdiction. So he didn't really see like what the Empire was doing. And I think once Darth Vader came there and saw firsthand, he was like, fuck this. And then he becomes a major player. I mean, I watched a little bit of Return of the Jedi this weekend too. And
How dare
remember,
you? Yes, I remember.
he volunteers. General Calrissian. But yeah, good stuff.
Good.
As I was saying before, probably one I'm most scared of because of that sketchy abominable snowman.
It's a
That
wampa.
always really scared me when I was little.
Yeah, me too. That was number one of my sweetie scary scenes, the wampa scare.
Yeah.
So it's another one of those. It's just like the Sand People scare, actually,
Right.
where your attention's kind of diverted away on something else. So he's like, "Whoop, easy there, Tauntaun, don't be scared." And then the big wampa's like, "Wah!"
Mm-hmm.
It's real scary.
And it's gross. And it's like so fake looking, but like
Yeah, but and then
That's gross.
I mean, and also when it takes it to its little cavern, and you just see a shot of it like eating the tauntaun, it's like all bloody.
and
that
part
scared me too.
Is still so intense for me when like the
I know
what is that?
the wampa.
Wampa. Not the purple things and shells that Indians used to use as
Wampa.
currency. Wampa. When he realizes that Luke is awake and Luke is like trying to get the lightsaber and is
I'm
like,
always like, he's not gonna get it.
He's not gonna get it
this
time. Such a good movie that you can see something like 50 times and still be like, oh, so you gotta get out of here. I mean, he was like literally 2 seconds later he would have
Also,
not done it.
how many times has he like used the Force like that to date? Not really.
No, I know.
It's very impressive.
I don't know. I think he's just getting stronger like day by day. It's just growing.
I know, but it's just it's really stressful. Also,
And I would say, okay, sorry, I'm still on with the scary scenes. I feel like even though it happens like so quick, the hand getting cut off
Oh,
like
yeah.
always kind of freaked me out too.
freaked you out when we watched this. You were like, oh!
And the scenes where they're in the, like, what they think is, like, a big cave on the asteroid, but is actually that, like, gross, giant whale shark.
It looks like it looks like Moby Dick, like, in the crater. Yeah, that's
and
scary.
those, like, gross things come up with the suction cups. Minox, yeah. Ugh. That's freaky, too.
And then for me, when Han splits open the Tauntaun's stomach and, like, all those gross intestines come out, that always scared me when I could never watch that when I was little. And then this is a kind of a weird one, but when that the bad guy, like, I forget his name, one of those many, like, lieutenants or generals or whatever. Yeah. I forget if he gets killed or not by Darth Vader.
There's so many in this
I know.
one.
That's why I'm like, I don't remember which one this was. When he, like, interrupts Darth Vader in his weird, like, egg thing, and he's just putting on his helmet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you see, like, the back of his head, and you're like, it's scary.
It's so gross.
Yeah. And remember they kind of had, like, an extended snippet of, like, what that thing was in Rogue One, and it was really exciting, and you're like, oh, it's the weird egg thing.
Yeah.
So that's
I love that part of it when you remember. And I mean, that's in some ways that's why the prequels were kind of interesting. Once I think it's the last one, that Revenge of the Sith, right, where you remember, like, dumb Anakin, like, falls in the lava and he's like, oh, like a fucking hot mess, and that's why he
doesn't fall in the lava. Ewan Obi-Wan, like, slices his legs off.
Good, yeah. So he's like and he, like, comes out all, like, crawling. He's like a hot mess, and that's why they have to put him in there. But they, like, show him getting pieced together as Darth Vader, and that was, like, super helpful to be like,
until they were like, your wife and children died, and he's like, no.
Such a fucking bad movie. Yeah. Just, like, running through my noters here. Interesting, and for this one too, so it's the first time you meet the Emperor, the raisin-faced old man And what I always, like, think of when I see that one, as terrifying as the Emperor is, more terrifying for me are his creepy sidekicks that he brings
but
with
we
him
don't see
anyway.
them yet.
Yeah, no, they're in this one.
No.
Yeah, because the
he's
creepy
not-
priest sidekicks are in this one.
He's not in this one, though.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. You're
Yes,
thinking of
he
Return
is.
of the
Shit,
Jedi.
am I?
Yes. You're thinking of those scary red guards.
Yes.
In the
okay,
thing.
I'm confusing it.
Yeah.
Damn. Then I can't
that.
even bring it up.
Save
Save
that.
it.
Oh, see, that's why I didn't want you to watch that. Damn. No,
he's
he
not in
totally
this
tried
one
to
at
sneak
all?
it by me too. I like his hologram
it's the
is,
hologram,
but not. Yeah.
Right. So the first time you learn that there's someone, like, above Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Which is like, whoa. That's a lot of evil.
And
right
he's
there.
like, let's get Luke here, and we'll train him to be dark just like you.
Right.
In
You're
your
like,
dreams,
good fucking plan.
in your dreams, babe.
So dumb.
Like, you don't know anything about Luke, okay? Just because he's like his son or whatever, like, he's not gonna make the same mistake you made, Darth.
Yeah. He's
Anakin
lived this long without a dad. He don't need one now.
He had Uncle Owen, and yeah, Uncle Owen sucks.
I have a note here that says stop calling him Ben. I find it funny that, like, okay, so there's a scene where he's on Dagobah and he's, like, talking. He doesn't realize that Yoda. Osplanet. Norwegian? What are you talking? What are you
The
speaking?
ice planet when he has this hallucination is the first time he says it.
Oh yeah, he's like, Ben. And then on Dagobah, when he meets Yoda, he's like, get out of my shit. And I love that part because Yoda's like going through all his stuff. He's like, don't touch that. Hey, what are you doing?
He,
And
like,
it's like
wants the little flashlight
yeah,
thing.
and it's whiny Luke again.
Yeah.
Like, Luke is basically
break
grown
that.
up, but he's like, you're gonna break that. Hey, I'm eating my dinner. Ah. Like, he's just so whiny. I love it. Anyway, so he, like, Yoda gives, like, some clue that he knows Obi-Wan or something, and he's like, you know, does he say it then? He's like, you know Ben?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
And I'm like, dude, stop calling him Ben. That is
refuses
not
to say
his name.
Obi-Wan. Even though, like, but he didn't know him as Obi-Wan, so it's different for him, I guess.
know, but now he's in the Jedi circles, so it's like his
know.
name isn't Ben.
I know. It was funny. It's just funny. We just think it's so funny that he chose Ben as, like, his alias. Like, they'll never find me as Ben Kenobi. So
You mean
random.
old Ben Kenobi? Could it be?
But I was thinking, Han and Leia named their child Ben.
Whoa.
Do you think it must be after the alias Ben Kenobi? Your mind
Wait,
is
his
blown.
name is Ben?
His real name.
It is?
Yeah.
Kylo
Ren?
Ren?
Yeah.
His name was Ben? He couldn't be
I
Ben.
can look
He
it
didn't
up.
want to be Ben Wren. Just kidding. That could be wrong. Hold the boat. Hold the boat.
Like, because I'm playing that game on my Nintendo DS, the Lego version, and I thought I heard them say that, and I was like, oh, that makes sense now. I mean, I doubt they'll have his real name. Yeah, it's just Kylo Ren. Maybe it's in trivia. I don't know. Well, talk about something else while I figure it out.
So again, I think this one is actually like one of the funniest of the trilogy. There's a couple like really funny moments and that we've always had as like kids. So there's the laugh it up fuzzball part. That's like
Favorite,
pretty famous, pretty good. My favorite, however, is the turn around you Wooly or Wookie.
I'm pretty sure he says Wooly.
Okay.
But I'm not sure why.
So in Cloud City, C-3PO happens upon stormtroopers that are in like hidden the thing. So he finds out that they're there before like everybody else and tries to warn people, and then they like blow him up. So he's in like all these pieces. Everyone's kind of like, where's C-3PO? Where's C-3PO? Chewbacca decides to go to the, let's say, recycling center furnace place where these like weird little hobbit-like things, pig things, are putting all this stuff into like an incinerator. Luckily, stumbles upon a C-3PO part and like pulls them all out. So he has like a crate of C-3PO parts, and he's like putting them together. So he puts together his like torso and head, and then doesn't have time because they're all going to get killed.
Ben Solo.
Oh,
Knew it.
nice. So he puts basically C-3PO in this like backpack. So it's like he's able to talk and stuff, but he's in like on his back, and it's hilarious.
Wait, well, I just want to say that. So Chewie is always seen putting together various parts of the Millennium Falcon, like
He's a
back
genius.
together. Is he though? Because the first thing he does to like put C-3PO back together is put his head on backwards and then turns it on. Like it's clearly on backwards, but he just does it anyways.
No, he's a
I don't
genius.
know. And
It's
he's
okay.
Han's always yelling at him because he like did something weird. He's like, no, that goes there. This goes there. You know, so I don't know. Maybe that he's not good at putting things together.
Why don't you stop shitting on Chewbacca?
When else did I shit on Chewbacca?
Just now.
Is this about the hat again? I said it was you could try the hat, but I wasn't sure if he would like it.
You don't care about Chewbacca, do you?
I do. I said he would persist forever.
So anyway, so there's this line where he's like running. Chewbacca has the C-3PO backpack and is like, C-3PO wants to see something. So he's like, turn around, you Wooly. It sounds like Wooly.
I
And
know. I
think
think
that's
he said it
funnier.
incorrectly or something.
So funny. But then there's also these, like, there's parts where, like, because C-3PO can do any language, so, like, other little robots will speak to him. And, like, there's a couple in this scene where it's, like, and he goes, so it's, like, it was when they get into Cloud City, and the thing is, like,
Before he gets like,
yeah, he's like, it's like, chuka waka chuka. And he's like, how rude.
it's like a silver version of C-3PO, which is funny because in the terrible prequels, it shows that Anakin, little boy, Skywalker, built C-3PO.
Yeah.
But why would there be other droids that look exactly like him that exist in the world? Because it seems like there's prototypes of droid. You know,
Well,
like they're
remember
all...
in Rogue One, you have that one where that was like the Imperial droid, which
Yeah.
is like that black one.
Yeah. So then there were like different types. So I'm just confused. I don't know. Something don't add up. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I think those lines are like really funny, and I don't know. I think
Those
there's
are-
like a lot, like as dark as this one is, because it's very dark, and it's really funny. And there's like a lot of good. Obviously, like Leia has like a couple little zingers that are pretty good, and like, yeah, I just think overall it's like the funniest.
Yeah. There's a lot of funny in Return of the Jedi too.
I mean,
I
that
think.
one's more
but
lighter,
I
so,
wrote
like,
down those
should
exact
be.
same 3 lines.
Yeah.
Also, this movie gives more Boba Fett, which I appreciate, even though he has a really weird spacecraft thing.
And an Australian accent.
Yeah, and so in this, we realize that he says one line. I think it's like, "He's no good to me, dead," or something.
Yeah.
And he says it like Australian, and it turned me on even more, to be honest. It really did not help that situation. So that continues.
And speaking of accents, I read that the director tried to have like everyone who was in part of the rebels, part of the rebellion, were American accents, and then all the Imperial people were British.
Why?
trying to show a sort of symbolism between Revolutionary War, like British and American. However, many of the people cast as rebels were British, so they had to dub in American voices.
And then Carrie Fisher had like a weird British accent.
Well, that's from
sometimes
like, when she went to school in like England, but yeah. But I thought that was
she claims
like,
it was because that line, like you can't say
interesting.
that line without try saying that line without an English accent, which is
totally.
I thought I smelled your foul stench when I was brought on aboard. we just say it like that because she said it like that. I don't know.
And is this the one? Okay, with all the buzz around, or sorry, when Carrie Fisher died, like a lot of stuff was coming out, and then she just written that memoir about the Princess Diaries. Was that? And she details her affair with Harrison Ford. But was that during the first one or this one?
I think so.
Okay,
I think it started in the first one.
Because they do.
remember.
I mean, they seem super chummy in this one. I know they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just feel the connection so much in
Yeah,
this one,
that's
and
true.
I'm like, oh my god, were they having an affair then? Because they are such a cute couple.
The gummo is that they didn't kiss in the first one,
Right.
So, but this maybe. I mean,
Oh,
they
I
got
love their
some
chemistry,
practice in.
and like I read that she's so she's a whole foot shorter than him. She's 5'1", he's 6'1". That she had to like stand on a box all the time when they had scenes, just so she could be in the same shot.
But
But they're adorable and they walk together because she's like so
you
tiny.
so teeny tiny.
Yeah,
And I remember too when she's disguised as the bounty hunter in the beginning of Return of the Jedi. She's so tiny too, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that's tiny.
God, I
Carrie
love
Fisher.
her. So cute.
The carbonite is getting you blind.
Becoming a thermal detonator.
Someone who loves you.
Yeah. Oh, see. Okay, let's tell our Billy Dee Williams story. So, circa 1990. Ooh. When was that?
2, 3, 5. I was in second grade.
Okay. Yeah. 4 maybe? Okay.
6th grade.
So we go to Disney World for the first time. So our grandparents lived in Naples, so we had done one trip already to Florida, didn't get to go to Disney World. My dad, I was about 10 maybe. And he was like, finally, like, we're going to do Disney. And we were pumped. We got this sick timeshare. Our aunt had a timeshare. We got to stay there. Vistana Resorts. And we did the 3-day, like, hopper pass. We got to go to, like, every amusement park. Went to MGM. And I don't know if they still do this, but MGM Studios, they would have, like, let's say D-list celebrities come and have, like, a parade for them. And then they would put them in their they have a Hollywood Walk of Fame there, much like they do in L.A. Mm-hmm. So where you put your footprints and your handprints in. So if you were lucky enough, you'd catch one when you were there. Lucky us.
We did.
Yeah.
Boy, did we.
And I feel like it was timed at the same time that these were re-released, though.
That's probably why he was there.
Yeah, it must have been. So
it was Billy Dee Williams, and so we're watching the parade, and
I think we really knew.
Yeah, I didn't really know who he was. I was just like, Dad, Mom, who's that? And Mom and Dad were really excited about it.
Dad was flipping
and they were
out.
like, it's Lando from Star Wars. So Dad, we have a video of our dad videotaping it, and he like zooms in on Billy Dee, and it swears it's like Billy Dee waves right at the camera, even though I'm sure he's just like waving in the general direction. But from that point on, I was always like, he waved at me. He waved.
I will remember that forever, and that is like, and it probably was like the first celebrity I ever
And we
saw.
have a picture. Oh, I meant to rifle through the attic when I was home to look for like all of those old pictures, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we got a picture
We'll
of
find it
that,
next
like a
time we go
moment
down.
of him waving at us.
God, it was so good, and like, it's
And,
just,
and we
it's
didn't
just
even
funny.
appreciate.
We
Like
didn't.
if only we had known, you know.
I mean, I would be flipping out right now. Like,
Yeah,
Billy Dee Williams is cool.
he's pretty cool.
What else has he done?
He's a badass motherfucker.
I don't know if anything
don't know.
offhand, but yeah.
Other things.
Man, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, totally. So random part that I hate is after Luke is rescued from the Wampa incident. They rescue them. They bring him back to the home base on a Hoth, and they put Luke in this like tub, and he's attached to tubes, and he's wearing this like ugly giant diaper thing. I hate that part so much. And for Christmas one year, I was gifted a Star Wars calendar, and this is when I was like in middle school, I think, or something. And I was so excited when I got it, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what my birthday month is, because you know you always flip to your birthday month, and you're like, what picture am I? So I'm like, yeah, flipping, September, October. It's the fucking Luke in the diaper in the
What?
tank. Yep,
I can't believe they would
Not
even have
kidding.
that be a picture.
Not kidding.
For a whole month?
I was so
Or was it a
upset.
day?
It was like No,
Like
it was a month.
daily?
It was a month. Like the
Okay.
main picture was that, and then like little pictures around it of like that scene or
What
whatever.
the fuck? Why would you choose that as a calendar picture?
No, but I was so upset.
I
I was
would
like,
be
well, this
upset
is
too.
just typical.
What was mine?
I don't know. Probably Boba Fett or something cool. May's always a good like picture month for calendars. I feel like October always gets
Oh,
nothing.
That's not true.
No, it's true. It's mostly true. Find 5 calendars on Amazon. We'll look it up right now and see what is the worst. I'll do it.
That's creepy.
But yeah, but just reminded me of that scene.
I also tried to convince Sweetie here that between this movie or Star Wars: A New Hope and this movie, Mark Hamill got into a really serious car accident and had to have like serious face reconstruction surgery. And I think his face looks different, but he does get like pawed by that wampa and gets like all this scar tissue. And I was like, that's how they explained like why his face looked different. But Sweetie here looked in the trivia and said that was like untrue. It didn't affect the way he looked at all. But like, I think he looked different.
I don't know if it didn't necessarily say that. It said that the myth was that the reason they have that scene is to explain why he had scars on his face.
No. I think
But
that
his
it was
scars
always
were well
planned.
gone by the time. That was like 2 years before this, so they weren't visible. But I mean, he does look a little different. But I think that can be chalked up to him aging.
2 years.
I think it was longer than when was A New Hope.
Okay,
We don't
so
have the.
If 77, the original one came out. This was still though max.
He was probably like a baby when they did.
2 years. I don't know. I mean, he does look different, and then his hair starts getting like kind of weird. And then I was like watching the like Return of the Jedi, like I said, and he's like full on bowl cut in that one. It's really weird.
He does.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was just more tousled in the first one.
When he comes into Jabba's palace.
yes, and the recording, it's the worst.
What
It
recording?
looks like a frog. When
He's like these two
yes.
droids.
Yes,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I remember now.
I mean, obviously it's a recording, so the technology in those,
Those
R2
holograms. Also, cool technology where Darth Vader can do. So he can do his cool like choking thing where he just like holds his hand up and uses the Force to choke people. But in this, it shows him doing it through like a television. Pretty powerful
He
stuff.
was like choke happy in this one.
I know.
And I'm so happy that he doesn't kill that guy at the end of this one when they get away or whatever. Right?
Well, because
you don't
there.
know.
Well, he was there, so he experienced
Yeah.
that it really wasn't. They just magically got
But
hyper.
I really like that guy. That
Is he in the
admiral.
next one?
I don't think so. But that's my favorite evil admiral.
He wasn't the guy in the AT-AT Walker.
No. Remember that was the guy in the Last Crusade, the Nazi. That guy always plays bad people.
Oh, okay. So
But
wait,
whoever
now I
it is
can't-
in the
now I
Empire
can't
Strikes
think
Back,
who
like
this
the main
is.
one, who like everyone keeps dying and he gets promoted. Like, what's up with that? Was
There
he given
can only be
Darth
one.
Vader BJs or something?
Ew, you can't get to him. He's all like packaged up. He's packaged up. Oh yeah, no. Well, only his legs got cut off, so
only.
not his package. All right, we got
It's Admiral something.
Admiral Chief Uganut. No, snow creature. What's called a wampa.
Who dat?
General Veers. That's the Last Crusade guy. They're all old now. I don't know who's who.
Oh, that is there.
There's too many.
So many of them. died.
Admirals.
Oh, it's this guy. Yep, yep, yep.
Admiral.
Admiral. Wow, he's almost 80. Shit.
Whoa. What's his name? What's his fucking name?
Admiral Piet. How do they name these people?
Oh, shit. Admiral.
Yeah, look at the picture.
That's the worst
Yeah,
picture.
that's not a good picture. I don't know why. It's like a horrible dating profile
Well,
where you
I
like,
will
can't
Google
see their face.
Admiral Piet in Google.
He just seems really nice. I just want to say.
I wonder what happens to him. Oh, that he's kind of like
Yeah.
mousy. He's kind of got like a mousy face to him.
Well, he definitely is like up Darth Vader's butt like the whole movie, and I think that's why he probably doesn't die. Not in a sexual way. I mean, like brown nose.
Sure. Sure. I love these sites that are fandom sites, and they have like early life and career. Born a male human, Firmus
What?
hailed
Get
from
outta
Axilla, a planet located in the outer
Those
rim.
people are ridiculous. Oh, that's his. Okay, who made that backstory? That's dumb.
I don't know.
Man, stupid.
He was a junior officer under the command of Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, fuck you. That's not a thing.
I don't know.
All right, new question. Ready?
Yep.
What color would your lightsaber be?
Blue.
Really?
mean, it's just always been my favorite color, you know? It's just like, speaks to me.
Are there only like, okay, so Luke's is green.
No. Well, he
Isn't
gets a blue one, which is
It's blue?
Darth Vader's old lightsaber.
Yeah.
Which Obi-Wan scoops up after he cuts off his legs.
Right.
And is like, I'll give this to his son.
And Darth Vader's is green?
Is red.
Is red, yeah.
Luke makes his own lightsaber because his break falls down the
loses it.
shaft in this one
Yeah.
after his hand gets cut off. So he makes his own and it's green.
That's why it's green. Okay.
Yoda's is green, I think. Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson's is purple.
I wonder what it
I
means.
think he
all
picks
the
that.
different colors mean. Kylo Ren's was red, right?
Yeah. And it was like a weird, he made it like an actual like sword hilt. Darth Maul's was red. He had like a double.
That's like the evil. And the Emperor's
baton.
is red, right?
And like he ever showed a lightsaber.
Wait, because he's not a Jedi.
He's a Sith,
Oh,
which is like,
but they have one too.
I guess, but yeah, I don't remember ever seeing it. I could
wait,
be wrong
so
about
then
that.
in the
but
new one,
Count Dooku.
what's her name?
She has Luke's.
Luke. So she has the
So it's
the green one.
green, I guess.
And Luke doesn't have one at all? I guess we'll find out in the next movie. I mean, I guess he can make his own since he seems to be willing to do that. But I wonder what the colors mean.
how do you make one?
I don't know.
What do
you
the colors
only make
mean?
one if you're a
There's probably an
Jedi?
article that's like, what color would your lightsaber be?
Oh my God, is there a quiz?
I'll see if I can find it.
Mine would be hot pink, Obby.
What
color is your lightsaber?
is your lightsaber?
That's like a book somewhere, like, you know that What Color is Your Parachute? That like
No.
book about careers.
Oh, how do you know?
It's like a career, like you take all these quizzes and it tells you like what careers you would be good at. But the book is called What Color is Your Parachute?
Okay. Which color lightsaber matches your personality?
Okay, ready?
Here
Here
we
we
go. Think you're ready to wield your saber?
Yep.
Let's find out.
Okay.
All right. All right, start. Here we go. Which Star Wars film is your favorite? So you got Attack of the Clones,
Please.
Empire Strikes Back, Phantom Menace, Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope.
I'm going to go with the original.
Oh, wow. Shit.
What did you pick?
My
Return of the Jedi?
These are very sensitive buttons. It landed on one. Okay. Light side or dark side of the Force?
Light side.
What are your moral values? I always put myself before others. Wait. I always put others before myself. Only care about myself. Depends on what I get out of it. I typically just follow the crowd.
Ooh. Others before myself.
Which lightsaber crystal catches your eye?
I go green.
You need to get into a locked building. What do? Physically break down the door. Knock until your hand hurts. Patiently wait for someone to open the door. Pick the lock.
Totally patiently wait.
Which location do you prefer? Coruscant, Tatooine, Bespin? Oh, that's Cloud City.
City.
How do you deal with confrontation? Walk away from the situation. No thank you. Just like hiding, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Fight until I win. Try and come up with a solution.
Solution.
What force power would you use the most? Force push. Who uses that? Oh, that's like pushing things away. Force choke. Mind tricks. Force healing.
I'm going to go mind tricks.
Force healing. Okay. Which means of transportation do you prefer? AT-AT, TIE fighter, pod racer, X-wing, speeder bike from Return of the Jedi, all-terrain tactical enforcer. Just stupid.
The X-wing, I think.
All right. The results are blue saber. Blue lightsabers are used mainly by Jedi Guardians. You fight for the light side and strongly believe in protection and justice. Don't hesitate to fight for what you believe. Cool.
Awesome.
Good results, good results. I mostly would have answered all the same way, I think. Although I may have picked the blue crystal when it was like, what crystal strikes your eye? Fancy or whatever.
Yeah, I almost picked that one too.
But I think we probably would have gotten the same thing. I
Wait,
just
so
want
what did we say was blue was? The original good one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one that
That Luke had originally.
Yeah.
Was blue. Okay, cool. I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
I'd also like to point out when you search for what color is your lightsaber, this little, you know how like the first result has like a quote pulled from like whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a BuzzFeed one. Oh, maybe that one's better. This says, wielders of purple-bladed lightsabers are more morally ambiguous than their fellow Jedi.
That's Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, why would he be morally ambiguous?
Because he's
Give me
black.
a fucking break.
That's cool. That's cool.
This is a similar quiz.
Maybe what if you don't get the same result? Bullshit.
Well, this one's a little different. Rebellion or empire? Okay, please.
Who would pick empire? That's
Fucking
crazy.
Baroque.
All right. Well, I think we're wrapping it up here.
Yoda is 800 years old in this.
Yeah.
And he definitely looks it. I just want to say, compared to the other films where he's light green.
But that was
and-
only like 18 years after that last film.
I know,
or
but he
a little
got
bit
so
more, 20.
crusty and old.
Yeah, because he didn't have any fucking friends. I would get crusty and old too if all my friends were dead. That's sad.
Okay, one of the questions on this quiz is, who would you say from the destruction of your homeworld? And it just has like random fucking people. Like a cute guy with glasses, a chubby girl with
Old
glasses,
people.
old people, puppies and kitties,
Oh my
2
God.
children, a man in a suit pointing his finger.
Away.
Puppies and kitties,
it away, put it
obviously.
away.
Who would you least like to encounter? This is weird. All right.
Put it away.
No, I want to know what I got.
Oh God. No one else cares.
It's important.
Can we pause it while you take it?
Fine. Be right back. And we're back. I hate to break it to you. I actually got
what happened?
purple.
Oh, guess who's morally ambiguous today, sweetie? Jesus.
Typically, purple-bladed sabers wielders often favor light-sided force powers, but do not limit themselves to them and can train in abilities that are sometimes looked down upon within Jedi orders. Wielders of purple-bladed lightsabers use their powers for good, but can be calculating and distrustful. Well, if that doesn't mean in a nutshell, I don't know what is.
You stink.
Oh, man, that was fun. Anyways, yeah, so I guess we'll wrap it up. Thank you for sticking with us even through our struggle bus of a synopsis. It was hard. I dare you to try it. It's hard. It's tough. It's harder than you think.
Struggle bus of a synopsis.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Struggle Millennium Falcon. Struggle Cruiser. Transportation.
No. AT-AT.
What's the thing in the first one? Speeder. Is that speeder?
Land speeder?
Land speeder?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Good times, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us
Thank
today.
you. Yeah, we really owe it to you.
I think it was still good, even though we didn't see the movie today.
that's true. Me
Just
too.
want to say,
Let's
maybe we
hope
should do
so.
this all the time.
We'll see. We'll take a poll. Please follow us on Twitter at The Sweetie Club and on Instagram at Large Marge Sent Us. We'll be back with you next time.
And don't forget to leave reviews because we haven't had a new one
reviews.
in a
We
while.
haven't had new reviews in a while.
Yeah, we need some current
lovely
ones.
ladies from the Film Roast podcast left us a fabulous review, and we loved it so much. So do like them and leave us a review. Please.
Pretty please,
We love you. Okay.
Okay,
Bye.